Section 1.1 Skills Practice. So for that first section it says tell how to find the next term in each pattern. And if you notice, I must not have read the directions because I wrote 3 terms. I only needed to write 1. Okay, but those would be your answers there. So take a look at that first section. Okay, now number 5 is a little bit different, so we'll kind of go over that one. We're starting with -4, then we go to -1, then a +2, a +5, and a +8. You might not be real sure what's happening here because we're going from negatives to positives. We are increasing, and if you notice, you could probably definitely get it right here. You're increasing by 3. So if you go back here and double check, it looks like you're increasing by 3 as well. So that's the pattern. Add 3. So again, we just want the next term in each sequence. So add 3. You end up with 11. I'm sure I'm not the only one that made that mistake. Number 6, we got some bigger numbers. Looks like we're going down by 10. That's our pattern. Okay, so subtract 10 from 114. It gives you 104. Okay, now 7 through 18, they ask you for the next 3 terms. Again, reading's important. So there are the answers to, well, I'll just show you the odds there. You can pause the video if you need to. Okay, here's the evens over here. Kind of just had those worked out because that takes a little bit of time and I don't think they're that challenging. If you have any issues with them, don't be afraid to let me know. But I left number 11 blank again just because it looks a little different. We go -2, +4, -8, +16, -32. What comes next? Okay, well, you should notice a couple things here. You should notice that the numbers are alternating from negative to positive. You should also notice that if we just took the negative and the positive, we took the signs off of there, I dropped my pen, the numbers look like they're doubling. Okay, so the numerical value or the absolute value of those numbers are doubling, but the signs are changing. So really, a lot of people struggle with this one. But again, once you see it, I think you'll catch it next time. What you're doing there is you're multiplying by a -2 because the negative is going to change the sign from positive back to negative. Okay, so we'll just go through there. -2 times -2, that gives you +4. +4 times -2 gives you -8. -8 times -2 gives you +16. +16 times -2 gives you -32. Okay, now some of you might need a calculator here. -32 times -2 gives you +64. Your next term is obviously going to be negative. It'll be -128. Okay, then change back to positive again to 256. Okay, so that's a little different one. Again, they're always a little tricky when you see them the first time. Next time you see them, yeah, you're a little better off. Okay, so there's your even answers again. Got all these worked out except for number 14 and number 18, so we'll kind of look at those. Those are the ones that probably have the most questions on them. So we're going from 25 to 26 on number 14, and then we're jumping back to 24, then up to 25. So it looks like we're going up by 1, down by 2, up by 1, we'll go down by 2, up by 1, down by 2. Number 18, again, it might look different. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 42. I probably shouldn't have written it like this. But it's 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, written out like that. Okay, so your next term would be 7 times 4. No, wait. What am I saying here? No, it's not 7 times 2. It's 7 times 1 gives you 7. Then that 7 times 2 gives you 14. Then 14 times 3. I'm making a mess out of this. I am human. 14 times 3 gives you that 42. Okay, now you do 42 times 4. So we'll type that in here. Gives you 168. And then 168 times 5. So notice how I'm just going to hit times 5. I don't have to type the number in again. Gives me 840. Don't need to type 840 and just hit times. 840 times, where am I at? 6. Gives you 5040. That number sounds familiar. Okay. Also, the bottom ones where you have to draw the next figure in each pattern, you might know what's coming. You might struggle a little bit with the drawing. We're not going to assess you on how well you draw. Just do your best. Hopefully you see in this figure you have the same basic shape. It's just the little triangle guy is shaded in a different spot each time. So it's like you're rotating around, skipping one triangle and shading the one after each time. Same concept with this star. It looks like they're trying to start to make the star. So you have a line going across, then you skip this guy, make a line across here. Skip this guy, make a line across here. So the next one we're going to skip him and put the line across here. Okay, 21 typically isn't an issue. You're just adding one of these little figures onto the one before. Okay, any questions, don't be afraid to ask.